If you're looking to get into the property market here in Australia, you're probably asking yourself, should I buy a place to live in first or jump straight into an investment property? In today's video, we're going to break down why, in this market, buying an investment property first might just be the smarter and wealthier decision. Let's be real, buying your first home in Sydney, Melbourne or Brisbane isn't cheap. Median house prices are pushing past $1 million in many suburbs. And if you're trying to save a 20% deposit to avoid lender's mortgage insurance, that could be $150,000 or more just to get in the door. So while the dream of home ownership is still strong in Australia, for many younger Aussies, especially in the cities, it's just not realistic to buy where you want to live. But that doesn't mean you can't buy property. Here's why starting with an investment property might make a lot more sense and dollars. Ever heard of rentvesting? It's becoming very popular in Australia. You rent where you want to live, close to work, lifestyle, friends, and you invest where you can afford, where the numbers stack up. This strategy allows you to get into the market sooner, use capital growth or equity from one property to fund the next. Keep your flexibility while still building wealth. And the best part, tenants and tax benefits are helping pay off your investment while you live your best life.
Buy where it makes financial sense, not just where you live. You invest with your head, not your heart. You can always rent in a high-end area such as Toorak and Bondi, but still invest in an outer ring area where you get more rental yields, you can get better capital growth, and it's a really good lifestyle. So lifestyle where you live compared to dollars where you invest is what you do. So invest with your head, not your heart. Tax benefits. When you have your own home, there are literally no tax benefits at all. If your mortgage is $3,000 a month, that is all out of pocket. Plus you've got your rates and your insurances, and you've also got obviously all your electricity and gases and things like that. Whereas tax benefits, when you invest, you get the rental, which helps you with the mortgage. You get to claim a bit of a gap through the tax office with depreciation. You get to claim all your fixtures and fittings and all your out of pocket expenses. So the tax benefits for investing far outweighs buying a home on your own. You're building equity while you're renting. So for the first time in, we're going to say 15 years, it's actually cheaper to rent a house than it is to buy. That's due to the interest rates. So what a lot of people are doing is they're investing in properties and they're gaining a lot of equity in that property. Why they actually rent? Because it's obviously cheaper to rent than have a mortgage. And what they're doing is they're creating some equity so they can then leverage off that when rates come down and buy a home to live in, or they could continue building that portfolio. Renting vacancy rates are at an all-time low. It's catastrophic, our renting crisis. We have such a shortfall for the rental properties out there that it's driving prices up. To add to that, we have another 500,000 immigrants coming to the country this year. We also have 2.4 million people living in this country as a part-time resident. So they're not actually full residency, but they're taking up our rental properties because they obviously can't buy a property. So the rental, market right now is at an all-time high, or all-time low, I should say. So investing becomes a great opportunity to not only create capital growth, but obviously get those yields that you want. I guess the big thing is flexibility. When you rent a property, you're very flexible. If your job changes, you can move to that location. You can also have desired locations where you want to live. You're not locked into one spot. Whereas when you buy your home to live in, or if you have a home, you're now stuck there unless you want to sell it and move on. Whereas when you have an investment portfolio, you can have those interstate. It really doesn't affect the way you live or where you work. You're gaining all the tax benefits and that gives you that flexibility. So build the portfolio interstate, down the road, other suburbs, and then you rent your property where you want to live. It's design, location, and flexibility. So on the flip side of that, well, I'm not saying buying a home is bad. So buying your own home, what it will do is, because you're going to be in it for say 5 or 6 years and you're going to be in those new areas, you will gain some really good equity growth. You can leverage off that and invest. If you're really secure in where you want to live, your work's really secure and you know that, then by all means you buy that property. Plus with interest rates starting to come down, you will get those benefits. So that's the flip side. It's not all positive just to rent and invest. It's actually positive to buy your own home as well.
If this video gave you a new way to think about property, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Are you leaning toward investment first or your own home? And if you want to learn more about finding high yield suburbs or building a multi-property portfolio, check out the next video here. Catch you next time.